Hey guys, this is Pat Smith from Farmboy Logic. Just figured I'd give you guys an update on my Earthship trip. I've made it down to Kingman, Arizona, and I broke down. My pickup had a front wheel bearing go out, so I found a mechanic shop, and they couldn't figure out what bearing it was or if it was even a bearing, so they thought it was the hub, so they put two brand new hubs on the front, and I took off, got about 10 miles out of town, and the problem wasn't fixed. So I came back, and now they've narrowed down the problem and should have the new parts in tomorrow morning, so I should be back on the road. Only going to be a few days late to my internship, but, you know, that's the way it goes. I was going to go out for a walk, but as you can see, it's quite wet outside. It's been storming for about 5 minutes, well, off and on all day, but it really started to come down a few minutes ago. And some pretty serious thunder and lightning, so I think I'm going to wait it out. So, thought for the day. Don't go out in lightning. No, seriously. Don't overeat information. It doesn't really matter what your goal is, what you're doing, whether you're trying to lose weight or run a successful business, get better at talking to girls, basically any goal out there that a book's been written upon that you've probably got sitting next to your bed. The point I'm trying to get at is I've been reading business and success self-help books for probably the last 5 years, an average of a new book probably every 2 months. That's a lot of books, and I've come to realize that it's not doing me any good. If I had followed the principles in one of those books, any one of those books, and stuck with it, that might be a different story. But by continually reading new book after new book, the information that I learned in the first book, I tend not to implement because I forget it very quickly because I don't go over it again. And by reading the next new one, you bring in all that new information, and it doesn't stick. So by not sticking with one book, it's really starting to come down now. By not sticking with one book and implementing, what it says to do, you're really setting yourself up for failure. So yeah, try to find one that really resonates with you, and its principles are sound, and stick with that. So as far as my business goes, I'm going to go back and focus on the main one that I think can really help me is the 4-Hour Work Week by Timothy Ferriss, and then a couple of Napoleon Hill's books, Think and Grow Rich and The Success Principles. So that's what I'm going to try to focus on. I'm going to try to stop reading so much, new input, because each time, it's exciting when you read a new book because it's somebody else that was successful, and their unique way of doing it. So when you read that, it's kind of like a high, a sugar high, whatever you want to call it. It's exciting. You think, well, maybe this is the secret. Maybe this is how, all I have to do is read this book, then it's finally going to work for me. Well, that's not the way it works. you've got to pick a strategy and stick with it. It's not going to be some magic key or secret that's just going to make it easy and come all at once. Success takes a lot of hard work, and it takes a lot of commitment, whether it's getting yourself in shape, running a business, or any other goal that you have in mind. So yeah, basically pick out one or two books, gurus, or programs, whatever you're learning from, whatever the media is, and focus on those for at least the next year, and really put those principles into practice. And I'll do the same, and we'll see where we come out. I think this is the only way to do it. So that's the plan. So yeah, that's my thought for the day. Alright, we'll see you next time, guys. Cheers.